Humans seem to have an inherent tendency to seek external figures of authority or leadership. This inclination has deep roots in social and psychological structures. But when we examine history critically, patterns of manipulation emerge, fostering this dependence. The custodians, in their various forms, have shaped societies to accept hierarchy as an unquestionable necessity.
I'm gonna say, and I don't give a f***. To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family. Whether you were here legally or not, you gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all. The police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where the you stand. And when they do that, there's not gonna be no GoFundMes. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what it is.
Wow.
But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your interests, when your husband start knocking you into the middle of next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you give.
Why somebody who may seem unfair or may do things that seem cruel is an effective leader. And while even though it is shunned upon, even though when it's done to the innocent, why cruelty and manipulation is a mark of the leader. So we always have an opposition, right? This is the yin and yang, right? As much as God wouldn't want man to war, right? God brought war to man, right? He allowed Lucifer to tempt man, right? So the dynamic of fire and living things is the same old story, you know? Is why people think that the Big Bang is like the proverbial egg existing before the chicken, but it's an actual fact that everybody understands that there could have been something here before that, right? And how the Big Bang has already been scientifically disproven to have been the beginning of everything. Whereas,
so these stars must be older ones that came here from elsewhere. But here's the mystery. They appear much younger than expected, as if they found a way to cheat death. A new theory proposes a mind-bending explanation that could rewrite our understanding of stellar evolution. These stars could be feeding off dark matter, powered indefinitely by the most mysterious substance in the universe.
There's suns that seemingly have been eternal since the dawn of time, meaning that the energy source was most likely in a void where there was probably nothing but the energy and the void. So then when you think of that being the proverbial God in the Word, you gotta think to yourself, if the warmth of the universe is coming from a central source, you could think of it as being the Word, you could think of it as being life. So now I go to this expansive topic to talk about why a cruel bigot would be a better choice over a relatively unknown vice president. And with all the things coming out of her closet recently versus all the well-known disparaging things you can say of Trump, you really gotta ask yourself one question. Is it that our ability to trust somebody who could be a psychopath, it comes from our innate need for survival? Is it that capitalism dictates a mindset of us first, me first, our people first, our country first, and that's why people would rather go with him than her, which is kind of like, like everybody first? And I kind of don't understand why people wouldn't want to give respect to the Ku Klux Klan or a white person when they say that they're all about their own. Or whereas I can still relate with a black Israelite saying that about themselves, saying that they're all about their own and that they think that the other people are the devil's children and that yada 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 and so on and so forth. And that things are not so much, anti anything, referring to anything, not Semitic, not religious, not anything dogmatic, not anything spiritual, not anything colonial, not anything industrial. When we start to talk about the phobia of man from existing from a point of being judged by other men, we've always resisted that. You know, this is why they've had town squares. This is why they used to put people on those attractions or whatever. Shaming, you know, even when you're shaming the innocent, it's a tactic done to inspire. As cool as it sounds, right? It's supposed to mean exactly what it sounds like it means, which is like to deter bad behavior. Okay, the inspiration is to do good versus evil, right? Because of the punishment, right? But now sometimes people may see, oh, you're shooting somebody, you're punishing them already. Good. Maybe that is the point. So whereas you'll take a bully to lead you to safety, because you know their bully, their sees, and this captain is a drunk and he's a horrible person, but he's a great captain. You're gonna go with that captain to take you to safety versus a person who's like, instead of a DA, right? Imagine she was only a career politician. Imagine that the only way she got in office was by using someone, right? And let's say the thing is that it's all similar aspects based off of different traditional biases, right? Would you trust that person over somebody who's just overtly flawed but is really well at, you know what I'm saying, surviving? Like, we're not talking about is he a good person. We're not talking about is he helping people. We're not talking about none of that moral stuff. Morality and survival are not the same. I don't think everybody understands that. When you raise your consciousness of what your standard of living is supposed to be, when you want to actualize your manifestation, you raise it higher. When you raise it higher, you accept cruelty. That is it, my friends. You accept cruelty. You accept it because it's not yours. It's not your cruelty. You'll let that part of mankind suffer so you can accept. That is what the establishment is. That's what the conglomerate is. The conglomerate is not who you think it is. The company is not who you think it is. The business that we're talking about is warfare against the mind. The business is you against yourself, people. Is you against the collective good. So what happens is they put you against your collective good. That's how the Democratic Party lost its control. Because people were supposed to go out in the streets and loot and act stupid so that the Democratic Party could really swoop in and make shit look good. But since nobody provoked it, you know, because of Rose and all the shit that seemed shady, all the stuff that she was saying, like, kind of shady once my man got in the office, you know, I want to say 20 names. It's like, we got 4 years that, you know, after the finishing of the stimulus, no, I don't think black men wanted to vote for Trump or didn't vote for Kamala over the stimulus. That's 20%. Even if the Spanish friend or whatever, they voted for whatever. Like, bro, this is not why this country is going where it's going. This is not why people rather a fascist over a feminist. Let's understand something. We're talking about dogmatic teaching and we're talking about survival of the fittest. That's not the same thing. We're talking about tradition or we're talking about science. If we're talking about science, then we're talking about survival. And that's right there why people are standing behind that. And while we're going to take our licks, right? Now, I didn't vote for him, right? People say, you didn't vote, that's you're complicit in what's going to happen. I was complicit before it happened. So you can call me what you want. I'm just going to tell you one thing. It's really not my country. I was born here. They say I'm American. It's not mine because I haven't earned it. I don't think, now for none of the jobs I've been there, I didn't go to the military there. I say this country. It's the country I'm in. I'm an American. I'm proud to say I'm an American because of what the country's supposed to represent. It's just two different things. That country I'm thinking of, that country is supposed to represent is all of us. It's the people who really believe in America. And that's why people would rather go with it. Because I wish America could be great again, in the ways that it talks to the people. I think that's for most people who want America to be great again, or once and for all, or finally freedom for all, would say that. Like, they wouldn't say, 1300, whatever BC, so that way, you know what I mean, people were enslaved. Not everybody want that, but see, it's the cooperation that people keep talking about. It's the country before, you know what I mean, yourself kind of thing. And of course I'm not Republican. Of course I'm not, you know what I'm saying, anti-black, and I'm not anything of the sort. I'm not a simp. I'm not none of that. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna front If I had to pick Walking Dead, we talking end of the line. Shane or Rick, look what happened after Shane died. They opened up the barn and the girl was in there the whole time. And how many people died to try to save a girl who Ben was dead? A girl who was dead like a week or two. Because you find out later on in the season, it was a week or two, a month or two after she went missing. She died and she had been a zombie. They found her shit down the street somewhere. Like, she had to have went mad places before she got to that fucking barn. Because she had been a zombie. And what happened? Because she was being protective, he got killed because he wanted my man's wife. Or normal. He was really trying to take my man's shit. But like I said, a whole nother story. It's what it is, you know. I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. 10 minutes I think is good. But seriously, you know. And laughter, right? When you're uncomfortable, laughter helps you relax, right? He's a funny guy, right? When people can make you comfortable, this woman always say, it's always the mean guy whatever's really funny, right? We're all funny. They got a funny guy. I didn't think the funny guy would have did this, or the funny guys tell me the funny guys. It's always the person that make you feel comfortable. You see, stab you back in the end, but you know, you never know what's gonna happen. I just know in the book, it says it's gonna get worse before it get better. I believe in the book, I believe in the Quran, I believe in the Bible, I believe in all the old teachings I know, that the end gonna come before the beginning. So people could believe what they want. People could think, oh, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. That's not gonna happen the way people think. So thinking that a candidate, thinking that puppets are gonna do the job of God and the people not cooperating, and God watching and his wrath and report. Come on now. I'm not worried about nobody else, but I'm worried about my own soul. Can you hear me, God? Forgive me. Then I'm out.